About 6 months ago, I posted a video where I used 3D models to recreate Minecraft in PowerPoint. There's so much that I didn't get to talk about. Like, did you know that the presentation has 107 slides, including some secret ones? What does my world look like? What will happen when I try to import it into Google Slides? All that and more in another episode of me slowly turning into a Bedrock YouTuber. The first thing you'll see when you open the PowerPoint is this screen over here. The background panorama is a Google image that scrolls continuously. I put two of the same image side by side so that the effect is seamless. There are 15 splash text in the game, and you get to see the different variations based on how you access the title screen, mostly the death screens. All of them are as follows: PowerPoint, L-Band, You're the Best, Epic, Hello Wills, the sequel, and Knuckles, 0 factorial equals 1, E equals MC squared, now 100% Penguin, Hey Apple, the middle row on the keyboard, Strider sad, and 0 out of 10, IGN, needs more water. That last one was actually added during a voice call with Bursty. Alright, so if I could add any splash text, what would you want me to add?
0 out of 10, IGN needs more water. Yeah. Make it 2 exclamation points at the end. Yeah, there you go. That's perfect.
Going into the actual world, you start off in this little cherry grove. As you can see, I rendered this huge section surrounding the portal. Take away the 3D model, and you can see that the sky is just an image that I grabbed from Google Images. At the bottom here, there's a little red thingy, and if you search Minecraft sky, you'll find this exact image as the first frame of this GIF, showcasing the cloud storage mod. The next slide has you move closer to the portal, and the model here is actually different from the first one. Moving on to the third model though, the whole thing is actually cut off at the top. You can also see that the hole doesn't really go that deep. The pathway to the village looks pretty simple, but completely breaks when you see the other side. As I mentioned in the original video, when you try rendering too much, 3D models tend to break. Now here's the fun part, the village. For the first village slide, you can only see one house in the actual PowerPoint game, but the full model actually features 4 total houses, plus a little farm. The structure block I used to create it is actually still visible behind the main house. The slide that lets you peer inside the house is pretty much the same, except it's shifted a little bit to let you see the cross-section. The model for the second house is much less impressive, with not much else going on. Interestingly though, the model used for the cross-section is visibly smaller. The next slide in order is the Stronghold. You can see the full hallway from the Stronghold and how it's covered in deep slate. The structure block is completely exposed. You can also see the hallways to the other rooms that I didn't add. The library is pretty much what you'd expect, and the book that you can click on is a PNG that I created in paint.net. The other room is the portal room. In order to make the effect work, I rendered 2 models from the exact same place with the exact same dimensions before and after activating the portal. The first slide for the Nether, the portal one, is extremely simple. Some mushrooms and soul sand in the back that you don't normally get to see. Also, the texture on these fences does get a bit weird. After that is a completely unused slide. This model is a hallway in the Nether Fortress, which I wanted to use to make the fortress feel larger. In the end, I decided to cut it out because I felt it was unnecessary. I still kept it in the PowerPoint though, just in case I change my mind. The next hallway slide, which actually did make it into the final game, actually has a spawner room that you can't normally see. This isn't even a natural spawner room. I built it expecting it to be visible in the final product, but it was not. The slide with the jukebox is actually 2 3D models. In the background is the edge of a warped forest. The jukebox part is exactly what you'd expect. The blaze spawner model expands way beyond what you'd probably think. First there's this stuff in the ceiling, plus I even got a little part of another blaze spawner. I covered the real spawner in netherrack because I didn't feel like it could make the background look good. For the main warped forest, here's the model for where the fortress ends. The Strider slide uses the same 3D model as the background in the jukebox one.
Oh, is this just the... Oh, this is just the Strider one.
The background for the Nether, just like for the overworld, is a Google image. And this time, I searched up Nether Roof Sky. That's it for the Nether. I mentioned how I couldn't make the natural staircase spawn render correctly, and that staircase is still visible if you turn your attention to the edge right here. As always, the background is an image. Going on to this transition slide, you have a huge region of land that shows off the exit portal and one obsidian pillar. When you move closer to the dragon, the 3D model that I use has 2 full obsidian pillars. As you probably noticed, there's also these slides for the death screen. Every possible death in this game is its own separate slide. When you're set on fire, you see 3 fire gifts. If you go to fight the Ender Dragon, and instead of killing it, you backtrack to spawn and jump into the void, right before you die, a bunch of dancing penguins will appear. That's not the only hidden death sequence. In the Stronghold, you can set yourself on fire. Before you die, while burning, you can actually enter the end and kill the dragon. If you not only kill the dragon while you're on fire, but then jump into the void right after that, not only will you see some dancing penguins, but you'll also see a screaming enderman.
Oh my god, there's penguins! Yeah! This is the best ending! Yes!
Oh my god, it's now you with an Enderman.
That's really cool. To get a dancing penguin and then you die.
That was the best. No! Yes! Oh my god, that was I'm so happy now.
Furthermore, there are several different variants of the end credits, depending on the circumstances in which you win.
If this was a project on a French class, then probably wouldn't be. But like you wouldn't get a high grade, but definitely 100% on the cool points. Like
that about covers it for the PowerPoint itself. There's still more to talk about though, like the world used to create these models. Or better yet, what happens when I put it in Google Slides? Before I show you the actual world, I'm trying to prove that it's still possible to grow as a Minecraft content creator in this day and age. So many Minecraft video viewers, and even a few content creators, are saying that Minecraft content is dead, unoriginal, or even both. But I don't believe that for a second. Even with all the work I'm doing, every video I upload loses me subscribers. I'd really appreciate your subscription to my channel. It actually does help me quite a bit. This video's comment shoutout goes to Going Swimmingly. For a chance to be featured in my next video, all you have to do is comment, and you don't even have to subscribe. If this video receives 130 likes, I'll release Minecraft PowerPoint Edition to the public. That about wraps it up for the begging, and now let's see what the world looks like. There are actually 2 worlds, one titled PowerPoint, and the other Panorama. Starting out with PowerPoint, oh I'm still in the end. Gotta kill the dragon, destroy the world. Starting out with the world named PowerPoint, you'll find this cherry grove biome near the spawn. As you can see, this is where I built my portal. There is a village right next to it that I wanted to use originally, but went and found another village extremely far away. Gonna be honest, I don't remember where it is. Here's the seed to the world, maybe you can find it. Turn it into a clickbait video. I found Zyphon's village. I don't care. Going into the Nether, you'll have to teleport to the nearest fortress. You'll immediately be able to tell that I've completely Frankensteined it together in the actual game. The hallway's over here, the portal's over there, and the spawner is all the way out in this spot. No warped forest anywhere in sight. It's also immediately clear how stupid the netherrack around the spawner looks. Here's the area that I used for the warped forest. The structure block I used should be under one of these trees, wherever it is. Found it. Now to the end, here's the natural spawn where I tried to make the staircase. Just gotta break out of here. There's the fake spawn that I built, and the structure block is under. Now it's time to check out the other world, Panorama. Why am I out here? Let's just go back. Oh gosh, this is still going on? I was bored one day and just started spawning a bunch of withers and wardens to see how much of the main island they could destroy. And they're still going at it. Warden, you got this. No. Anyway, as you can see here, I tried rendering a 3D model of part of a spruce forest. If you recall my original video, this forest was where I made the first 3D model before I decided to give up. Though this is a different location, If we head over to the Nether, then teleport to the nearest fortress, you'll see a lot. The first big thing that stands out is this giant half statue of me. If we look inside, you can see that I created a 2-scale model of my real-life brain. My entire back is missing. Mostly because this model only appears for a split second during a montage in the original video. Next, there's a little car, another little prop that I used for the video. Lastly, here's the actual jukebox that I use in the actual game. Now for what a lot of you have been waiting for. What happens if we try to open this in Google Slides? Welp, looks like nothing. The file's too large. If I remove most 3D slides, except the first one for the overworld, it's a completely different story. As I expected, the font is not working. Neither the panorama nor the splash text are animated. All of the sound design is completely gone. When I try to start a single player world, the GIF is still animated, but I get stuck on the loading screen until I go to a new slide manually. Now for the part that you've been waiting for, the 3D model. Here's what it turned into. It's been squashed into a 2D image. How would you feel if you were squashed? Probably dead, but please let me know.